Well, good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. This is the Bainbridge Island Senior Community Center Something to Talk About discussion. And today we have Teresa Johnson from the Kitsap Regional Library here on Bainbridge, here to talk about the new website. But before I hand the mic over to her, we'd like to do a couple of acknowledgements. The Senior Community Center Something to Talk About program are sponsored by Fieldstone Communities of Bainbridge Island. Fieldstone offers memory care and is constructing assisted and independent living, and they are now accepting residents. They also offer day stay and respite programs. So please call 360-689-4314 with any questions or to schedule a tour of Fieldstone's apartments on Rolling Bay. We also would like to acknowledge that we are gathering on the ancestral homeland of the Suquamish people, the people of the clear salt water, who have lived on the water of the Salish Sea since time immemorial. We honor them and are grateful for their hospitality. So with that, I will hand it over to Ms. Tressa. Thank you.
Thank you, Lena. Thanks, everybody. I'm excited to talk about our new catalog. But before I do that, I have some exciting news. About 10 minutes ago, I received an email with some exciting news about the library. News will not be sent out to the public until next week, so you heard it here first. The library now has a mobile app, so you can go to the Apple Store and install it on your phone or tablet. You can go to, I think it's Google Play, Android stores, and search for Kitsap Regional Library. It's a free download. I was looking at what you were able to do in the app, and there were two specific things that I wanted to mention because it's unique to having an app. One is, let me paint a picture for you. You are at a bookstore and you see a book that you are interested in. On the back of the book, on the bottom, there'll be a barcode. You can open up your Kitsap Regional Library app, take a photo of it, and learn if we have it in our system or not, which is very nice. I take notes on books that I'm interested in. And I'll tell you, research tells us that people with library cards spend more money on books than those without library cards. So we can use this new app to see if the library has in its collection items that you see at the store. The second thing I wanted to point out is that you will now, with this app, be able to access a digital version of your library card that you can use to scan at either with a staff person to check out or at the self-check station. So what that means is that with this app, you will no longer need to remember your physical library card or the key fob library card. I should have opened that with the caveat that I really did just get this about 10 minutes ago, so I might be missing something, but I did want to share it with the folks at the Senior Community Center first. So I am wondering, I do have some ideas of things that I can cover, but I'm wondering if there are any specific questions that that one might have here. Please just unmute yourself and ask the question, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, and I'm going to set up our share screen.
While you do that, there is a question I'd kind of like to throw in the mix here.
Please.
One of them, the first one, who do you hope this new site will particularly help? Any specific groups or areas?
Well, one of the things that I appreciate about this site is that it is available in Spanish. So if and actually, while I give you this answer, Lena, I clicked on share screen and it said I don't it says I do not have ability to do that. So I apologize. I misspoke prior to, I
Well,
thought just
while,
having the button there would allow me to do it.
no, I will try to work on that on my
Okay,
end while you continue, okay? So let me,
thank you. So the website itself is available, accessible in Spanish. You can also, once you register an account on the website, you can choose a preferred language. And we'll take a look in just a moment at what the options are. The other thing that the thing that I really enjoy about this website that I think will be attractive to people around the county is the search function. I think with anything new, when there's a change, there are pros and cons. You know, you gain something, you might lose something. There's also that bumpy period of learning how to do something new, finding out, you know, where the events are, how do I access the databases, how do I do this? And that's a little bit rough getting signed up, but I do believe that searching for items, most people go to our website to see if we have a specific book or DVD or audiobook, or they want to put a hold on a ukulele or maybe a Washington State Park pass. It's much easier to do on this new system than it was in our old system. And I'm prepared to talk a little bit about exactly what might be better. So I've got the share screen. Thank you, Lena. And let me go ahead and do that. Okay, I want to minimize this. I will go to the main screen. Okay. So to build on that, there are some rough points whenever we're learning something new. And I hope that if you do have a point when you are trying to get registered or you're looking for something on the website, if you have any trouble, please don't hesitate to give us a call. You can send us an email. I can show you where to do that, or stop by the library. We've learned quite a bit about from our patrons, from people coming in and telling us the kind of issues that they are having. We continue to learn about the intricacies of the website. However, as I was saying prior to the show beginning, there is not worth too much frustration. You can access our old catalog and your account from there. And there are several reasons you may want to do that. That's the first thing I want to show you today. Unless prior to that, there are any questions? I will just get started. So here we are at krl.org. I'm going to the upper right, and I'm going to click on Log On My Account and Log On Register. Okay, and here we are. So you don't need to sign in at this point. On the right side of the screen, you can see under Welcome to the new catalog. Here's what's new. And the last bullet, if you click here to access the classic catalog. And this will look very familiar. So you can access the old catalog. I want to point out in the upper right, you can also log into your account from here. So if there is a time when you are frustrated or there is an element of your account or the system that you want to use, you do have access to our former system. And here in the middle, I'm just going to click on this link to get back to our site. You can see https:// KRL Bibliocommons. BiblioCommons is the name of the company that we're working with, the company that maintains the site. So if you hear either today or a staff member talking about BiblioCommons, BiblioCore, BiblioRequest, that's all part of the new system and the different pieces of that new system. So let's go back. Now, one of the things, while this is taking us back, it has been a little bit slow, I've noticed. It's been up and down in terms of the speed of loading the site. I know that our IT department has been working very hard on figuring out what is slowing things down. It's getting better. I guess my understanding is that BiblioCommons itself, the company, identified something that was holding up the catalog actually across the country. So sometimes it's us, sometimes it is the company, BiblioCommons. If you have any trouble, just let us know. So one of the issues that, one of the stumbling blocks that we're aware of that people have been facing is they register their account and they set up a new username, and then they come into the library and they go to use the self-check and they type in their new username and it doesn't work. And in the beauty of technology, things are connected in ways that we don't expect. So our self-check machines are using the old system. What you can do, you have options. You can use your library card number and password at the self-check station. You're always welcome to come to the desk and talk to a staff person to check out there. The other thing you can do is access the classic catalog, as I just showed you. Go into your account and change that username to the username you created for our current website. And finally, you can keep that old username knowing that it will only work on the self-check stations. For everything else to do with the catalog in our system, you'll need the new password, or pardon me, the new username. Does that make sense? Okay. Another thing that we have become aware of through patrons letting us know, I'll take a step back and provide you with some background information. Our system is set up to remind staff every 3 years. They remind us to confirm your contact information. And that is not supposed to block you from checking out, or pardon me, from using the self-check station, placing a hold, using our downloadable items, ebooks, audiobooks, magazines. We found, since we've gone to this new system, that it is holding up some registrations. So what that looks like is that people are, and I'll show you on my screen, going to the upper right and clicking on Login My Account. They're clicking on Login Register. And then you can see in the bottom left, I'm going to scroll down just a smidge. See in the bottom shelf, they put in their 14-digit barcode, which you must do the first time you log in. They're putting in their password and they're certain that it is the correct password. Then they click login and are told that it is not valid. What we've discovered is you can give us a call. You can stop by. 9 times out of 10, all we need to do is go into your account, confirm your contact information, and then you're good to go. It's an easy fix. It's a little bothersome, but it is an easy fix. So if you have any trouble at all, just let us know. And let me show you where you, if this does happen, where you can find our phone number, or if you prefer email, how you can reach us via email. I'm going to scroll up to the top of the screen. So if you look at this, the upper band here, we do have hours and locations. You can click on hours and locations and either type in your zip code or see all locations. I'm going to go ahead and click on see all locations. And here, I'll scroll down so you can see we have the phone numbers for all of our locations. Okay, also the hours, which is very nice. I like this setup. I like the tiles. This is something new in this system. I really like it. I think the visuals are very nice. So that is, if you would like to give us a call or if you want to stop by, you can find our phone number and our locations there. If you would prefer to email us, let's see, I believe I'm going to go over here to the left, just under our icon or the logo. It's that Regional Library logo. If you click on services, you'll see we have, let's see. Oh goodness, it's not here. I knew it. Here's an area that I can learn. We were joking before we started about how there's always so much to learn. I thought it would be under personalized services. What I'm looking for is a link that would enable you to send in an email very simply. So let me check somewhere else. Where else would it be? Well, I did see in the upper right that there was a link for help. So I'm going to go up there to the link for help and click here. All right, here we go. You can look at the FAQs, catalog and account help, ask us. That's what I need. I'm going to go ahead and click there. And we'll wait a moment for it to load. I'm a firm believer in reaching out and asking others before I get frustrated. And we're in this work because we enjoy people, so we're always happy, and it helps us learn how our system is interacting with other parts of our website and the services that we provide. Like I said, as I said earlier, there's so many different pieces in technology, and just how everything is connected can be for people like me a little bit mysterious. And so by letting us know when things are not working properly, that just helps us figure out where there are some bumps along the way. So here we are. So I'm going to scroll down. So you can fill out this online form and click submit your question, which is there on the lower left, and we will respond to you. So that is, so there are several ways, 3 different ways that you can ask us questions, or if something is going not quite to plan, email us, call us, or stop by. So the top thing that the community does on our website, the number one thing that people do is search our catalog, look for items. And the easiest way to do that is from our home page here on the right. You can type 1 or 2 words or name and click the search button. Now, as an aside, this new system ignores capital letters as well as punctuation. So, which is very nice. If you're typing in an author's name, you don't need to worry about using capital letters. I do want to actually, so I want to do a search, and you might have noticed when we first shared screens, I was not on the home page. As I was preparing for this talk, I wanted to find an item I could search for that would help illustrate some of the points that I wanted to make. And before I go into this, I just want to state again that if you have questions about anything I'm saying, I can't see your hand being raised, but I invite you to uh, to to speak up and let me know. It's not an interruption. You're helping me. You're helping me learn how to talk about the website. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, so when
Sorry,
you're
I want to add in on there, Teresa, too. If people are more comfortable putting something in the chat, go ahead and do that. I mean, that's an option as well, because some people, might prefer that method, and I could kind of forward that to Teresa if she can't see it. To add that little piece in there as well. So sorry for the interruption.
it is, nope, I love it. Thank you, Lena. I appreciate that. So the default, if you look just to the left of the search screen, you can see that the default is to search the catalog by keyword. What is a keyword? A keyword, what we call a keyword search, will look in 3 different places in our catalog. To take a step back, every item that we have in our catalog has a file that includes various fields of information, a title field, author field, subject headings. There are notes. There are information about the publisher. So, and when we do a search for items, we are looking within those fields for the result. When you do a keyword search, our new system will look, first it looks for exact matches. Then it will look in the title field, followed by the author field, followed by the subject field. So I want to show you this example. But I'm going to type in less. And this is also what I like about I love the suggestions that they give us. I think they're much more direct and helpful than from our old system. But right now, we're not talking about that. We'll talk about less. So I'm going to click on the search button, the magnifying glass. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down just a bit. Okay, so we have these items. We have the results. I'm going to look in the upper right. You can see there are 373 results. The first thing the system will look for is an exact match, and this first item is an exact match. The next thing it will look for, it will look in the title field. So you notice when we start looking down the list that the word or the term less is in the title. And why, with all of these books with that word in the title, why are they in this particular order? They're in this order because of their popularity within the users of our site in Kitsap County. So people with Kitsap Regional Library cards are searching, and when they search for less, L-E-S-S, they are most likely looking for this book. But then a title with more words in it, they're looking for this particular title. So that is the order. That's why they're given to us in this order. Now, there are a few things that I want to point out about searching, I think will be very helpful. The default when you search is to have group results, is what they call it. And that means that when we look at the record for Less by Andrew Sean Greer, we look at the title, the cover, the author, and we can see that Kitsap Regional Library has downloadable audiobook, an ebook, and a physical book. So you'll be able to see the different formats that we have, that the book is available. So instead of searching the catalog for, you know, I want the book, not the ebook, or maybe you put a hold on the large print and that's not what you wanted. This system is much more clear, I believe, about which format that you're looking at. Okay. If you don't like that, you can change it, which is nice. You can personalize the record or your experience in our catalog. So here in the, not quite the middle, off to the right, you'll see that we have highlighted grouped results view, which is what we're looking at. In the middle, we have cover view, and it's in a list. So you can see now, we can see the cover of the book, but there are separate listings for each format. There's not a cover there. And here in the far left, if you don't care about the image, you can click there and just see the different formats. They also have separated out the formats. I'm going to go back to group view because that's what I prefer. You can change the way your results are ordered. Over here, I'm moving over to the left, sort by relevance. I click on relevance. You can search by the date that we put something into our system. Search by title, by author, publication date. This is one that I frequently use. If I'm looking for a book that might have, you know, there may be many books or titles that come up when I do a search and I'm not seeing what I want, but I know that it was published recently. I can click this option, publication date. Let's see what happens with the search that we've just done. Let's see what happens. Okay, well, borderless. Okay, and this is a YA, young adult. So that changes the order. We can look on the right, we still have 373 results. There we have it. The other thing we can do if we go further to the left is filter our results. I'm going to scroll down so we can take a look at this. You can scroll by available now. This downward facing arrow, I'm going to click on it so that we can see what is in this, what our options are. If it's available now online or available at any location, or maybe we don't want to go off the island and we want to read something today. So we can click on Bainbridge Island. And now we know that our results are all, remember, we're doing a search for less, LESS, like it says up at the top here. And we are looking for books that are available today and are available on the shelves at the Bainbridge Island branch of Kitsap Regional Library. And we've sorted them by publication date. So these are simply the books that have the word less and are organized by popularity and publication date, popularity, title, et cetera, as we've been talking. If we now, this upward facing arrow, we've chosen Bainbridge Island. I'm going to click on that just to close it up. We've got only books. So let's see, I'll close that up. Audiobooks, close it up. We can also see over here in this left column, new at the library. I really like this function. So I'm going to click on the arrow. So you can really see, you have a choice. You can, which of these books have just come in within the last 7 days. And we'll see, borderless, not too much of a surprise. we can go back to, let's see, if I click 180 days, nope, I'm going to remove this filter, the past 7 days, and I can remove it here in that left-hand column, or I can remove it up here in this ribbon up at the top. I'm going to click the past 7 days, but I'll keep, let's see, do I need to run it again? No, I'll remove this as well. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we're back to items with the term LESS available today on the shelves at Bainbridge Library. So these are all, this column on the left, these are all items that you can use to filter out the results to find exactly what you want. Okay. Under audience, perhaps you're not interested in the children or teens. If you click on adults, then it will immediately filter out anything that is not for adults. Okay, does this make sense how the filter function, the left hand column works? Okay, I'm going to go back up to the top and see, I'm going to go back to the main screen. I'm using my cheat sheet to see where else I want to go. Where do I want to go next? You know what? I'm going to do this search again. Again, a keyword search for LESS. Whoops, here we go. Now, as I said, the keyword search looks for, first, it prioritizes the search term that you put into the search box. In this case, less, LESS. First, we'll search for that word in the title field, then the author field, and then the subject heading field. If you notice over here on the left, it will tell us what we've just done, a keyword search, and what we're searching for. And down here it says broaden search. What does that mean? I'm going to run my mouse over the eye. There we go. So it adds 2 more fields that our system has for each item in the library. Any notes that we have added, and the table of contents. So as you can see, I believe you can see here that little pop-up screen, that it will give us more results, but some of them may not be as relevant to what we want. Okay. I'm thinking about all the tips and tricks. Now, another item another action that you can take with this system is you can maintain a borrowing history. So what that means is you can, when you first register, you are given the opportunity to enable the function, a borrowing history function. So from that moment forward, the system will track any books that you have returned. Okay. It does not track the items you check out. It simply tracks them once you've returned them. Okay. But let's say you have already registered, but you would like to enable that feature. I'll show you how it's done. I'm going to click on login. Then I'm going to click on login register. And I'm going to, let's see. and click login. And we'll wait a moment. Now, the borrowing history, the default is for this function to be turned off. We take your privacy seriously at the library. In fact, it's one of our guiding principles. The guiding principles of Library Land is your right to confidentiality. So we do not automatically keep a record of the items that you have checked out. But many people would like to have the ability to track what they've read, which is why you have the option of turning that element on. Oops. So I'm going to click the X here. What I want to do, so here you can see my username, Watership1. I'm going to click there. And now this column on the right-hand side gives me options for where I want to go. I can go to borrowing history. You'll see that is an item. I'm going to click there. Our old system, our former, let's see. Our former system also had the ability for you to enable a reading history or a borrowing history. It functions in a very similar way. I think that the way this website is set up and the fact that you have to register prior to using the system, it gives us an opportunity to let you know that you have the ability to enable this function. If you had this function in our old system, you will not automatically, when you register for your in the new system, you will need to, if you want to continue keeping that a history going, you'll need to enable it in our new system. So again, the default is for it to be turned off. Once let's say you had the history function on in our old system, and now with our new system, you enable the borrowing history function, your entire list you'll be able to see it now from this website. You don't have to do a thing. You don't have to import. It's automatic. Now, items on your borrowing history will stay in this category for 10 years. After 10 years, when you hit that 10-year mark, as an item has been on the list for 10 years, it will drop off. Just one at a time. And there's room for 9,999 titles. Okay. So this tells us it's unable to be displayed. I'm going to click oh, interesting. Reload. So recently returned. I want to take a look. I want to take a look in my settings. I know I used to have the borrowing history turned on, but I'm going to go up here again to my username. And this is not my username, by the way. This is a fictional, this is an account for Fiverr Rabbit that I created so that I could illustrate different parts of the catalog and how it worked. So at the bottom of this column on the right-hand side is my settings. I'm going to click there. And so let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, borrowing history. I'm going to click here on the left. And oh, look, I enabled borrowing history. Okay. Maybe I'm getting a little confused between my fictional account for Fiverr Rabbit and my personal account for Tressa Johnson. It's enabled here. I do want to say if if you have history enabled in the old system and you enable borrowing history in the new system, and then you decide you're not interested in maintaining that borrowed history, as you can see on the screen here, when you disable it, everything in your history will be lost. Okay, so it will permanently erase. Now, let's say you have the history in the old system and you choose not to enable it in our new system. A year down the line, you think, well, maybe I want to do that history again. When you enable in our new system, all of the items that you have from our old system will be added to the borrowing history. So the borrowing history, if it's been enabled in the old system, will stay there until and unless you enable the function in our new system and then in turn disable it. Okay. I have been talking for an awfully long time, so I am going to stop sharing. As a librarian, I can go on for hours, for 4 hours, and also on and on for many more hours. I have to stop myself. I do want to invite everyone to, as I said before, call us, email us, stop by. My email address is tjohnson@krl.org. You're welcome to contact me directly via email or call the Bainbridge Island branch of Kitsap Regional Library. You're always welcome to ask for me.
Okay.
Thank you, Lena.
Yes, yes. There was one question that I was given to, and I'm not sure which, more details about this, but the question was, does the new site have potential for future needs? So that is kind of a broad question.
So one of the so future needs can be interpreted in a number of different ways. This new system is the library leadership took a number of years to choose our next website because they knew that it needed to be flexible, because things are changing, particularly in the tech world, frequently, and it's difficult to or impossible to predict how it will change. So what we wanted was a website that would be flexible. Bibliocommons, and Bibliocommons is quite flexible, in part because they work with public libraries around the country. So when new things happen in the technology world, they will impact all of the public libraries across the country. So we can learn together. We can change things together. I hope that answers the question. I think it is. I think it is flexible.
Yeah, and this question could change tomorrow if I asked it again, right? Depending. Yeah.
Yep.
No, so thank you for that. I don't want to touch. I mean, we still have some time if there's any questions. I see we have a viewer here, Kathy. If you have any questions.
Yeah, I have a very basic going back to the beginning. So when I register for the new site, am I using my old username and password, or do I just have to have a new password? Tell me again what I took. Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. Good question. When you first register, you will need to use your 14-digit library card number.
Okay.
Okay. And your current password.
Okay.
If you have any trouble at all, give us a call. If you're not sure what your password is, you can go to the old site and click Forgot Password. On our new site, if you click forgot password, you're not registered yet. So it doesn't know you yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So you can either contact us, we're happy to help you with that, or you can go to the Classic site.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Awesome. Let me get a hold of my computer here. If there are no more questions, and if Tressa, if you have any more items you'd like to touch base on, you know, that you can certainly do that. And or if there are no more questions, we can end the session now. And Kathy, if you have any questions after you're thinking later on down the road tonight, you're like, gosh, I should have asked her that. You can definitely reach out either to us or Miss Tressa herself at the library and take it from there. And
Okay.
so,
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
okay. Well, with
Yeah.
that being said, we'll end it unless there's some closing remarks you'd like to mention, Ms. Tressa?
Thank you, Lena. No, I could get very granular about the website. I have to watch myself because I'll talk and talk. But if there are questions, as Lena said, I welcome them. If you would like to know something about the library that is not related to the website, you're also invited to contact me. Again, tjohnson@krl.org. Our phone number at the Bay Bridge branch, I know I've shown you how to do it on the website, but just to have it out there, it is 206-451-5050.
Thank you, Tressa. Thank you, Kathy, and everyone who joined today. And this will be on our YouTube site as well as our website for future use. And so have a great day, everybody, and I'll stop the recording now. Bye.